What's good with y'all, man? Oh shit, I got my mic a little far away. What's good with y'all, man? So we're gonna talk about some interesting news that we got here, man, coming out of Leonard Ellerbe's mouth, which is and who is I guess you could say co-promoter of Gervonta Tank Davis, who is basically under Mayweather Promotions, PBC, whatever you want to call it, right? Uh, Pretty much, man. If you're a fan of boxing, a diehard fan of boxing, this kind of hurts to hear it, but we're not gonna be getting the Gervonta Tank Davis versus Devin the Dream Haney fight anytime soon. Leonard Ellerbe all but confirmed it in an interview with Radio Raheem. I got the audio for you guys. This is honestly my second time recording this video too, right? First time I did it, I kind of hoped that I wouldn't get hit with the copyright, but they hit me with the copyright, so I'm redoing this video. It's paining me to say this, but yeah, we're not getting a fight, and it really has nothing to do with necessarily the politics or it actually being a good fight or anything like that. And that's from the words of Leonard Ellerbe. I'm gonna play some audio for you guys. I got the actual video. This got this from my guy Lazy Lefty OG on Twitter. Of course he took it off of YouTube, but I'm gonna show you just show some credit to my guy. I usually be tuned into his chicken talks on spaces on Twitter and everything like that, but I'm not gonna play the audio straight from with the video playing because I don't want to get hit with the copyright. But we're gonna play some audio from it right now. We're gonna play it all the way through too, and then we're gonna react. Right? Let's go.
Okay, yeah, we have no problems with fighting anybody. So name specific, I don't have to say any of the names. We have no problems with fighting any of these guys who you're talking about. No problem at all.
So where do you see the hurdle as being to making these fights? If it's the biggest fight, the biggest money, you have no problem. They're calling him out. What's really happening?
Again, it's like what's really happening. So you just mentioned Haney, for example. Devin Haney makes a lot of money, and I'm proud of him for that. I'm proud of his dad, and I'm proud of him. He's an excellent boxer, and he's a good businessman too. Okay. But would we pay him that kind of money that he's making? Absolutely not. And I'm just being totally honest. It has nothing to do with him as the fighter. Because again, you have to bring value to the table. Okay? You have to bring value to the table. It has nothing to do with his boxing skills, or they're smart. It has nothing to do. We're talking about value. Value. But when I say that, then you just only thinking about y'all. But when Aaron say, what did he say? Aaron say, I'm not paying him no X. Why did Aaron say that?
All right, so there you guys have it, man. We just got the audio from Leonard Ellerbe with Radio Raheem. We're talking about value. Talking about value? In the words of Allen Iverson, quote unquote. But nah, yeah, man, by value it means money, man. We're talking about a lot of money that Devin Haney's getting. We saw from his previous fights. I think his interim, when he fought for the interim title, I think he got around $1 million or so for that interim title. And then when he fought Gamboa, he got $2 million. And then for Linares, he got $3 million. So I'm only gonna assume that against Jojo Diaz, which is probably his biggest fight, I guess you could say his biggest fight or most notarized fight, I would assume that he got anywhere from 2 to 3 million again, right? I don't know if he peaked at 3 again, but I'm pretty sure he got 2. If Jojo Diaz got 1.5 million, I'm almost certain Devin Haney got anywhere from 2 to 3 again. So that's a lot of money for especially for a fighter who's not selling out, right? So this is why Leonard Ellerbe is saying the value. It's all been reported that Devin Haney, I think Leonard Ellerbe might even tweeted about it too. But it's all been reported that Devin Haney ticket sales versus Jojo Diaz were not great. Pretty underwhelming for the most part. Oh yeah, he definitely tweeted about it. I can show you guys this on his Twitter page. Hold on, I'll show you this. So he says this was, I guess him and Eddie Hearn is having a little back and forth or whatever, but said that this was totally unnecessary on his part, but here you go. one event sold 2,600 tickets, and MGM and then of course we got Tank did basically 16K, 15,850. And he said the gross it grows 6 times more than the other one, right? Which is crazy. And but you but this is why the fight won't happen, right? If Eddie Hearn is overpaying Devin Haney right now, how much you think Devin Haney's gonna want? How much you think Devin Haney's gonna want to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, right? A bigger fight, a more riskier fight, um, be his toughest fight of his career, right? How much you think he's gonna want to fight then? He's probably gonna want. Oh my God! If he's getting 3 million to fight Linares, he's probably gonna want 5 to 6 to fight Tank, right? Because that's gonna be another huge fight. I'm pretty sure the numbers, like if they did a pay per view, let's say Showtime did a pay per view, if Gervonta's doing, let's say 200K, if Gervonta's doing 200K with no names like freaking Mario Barrios, only hardcore boxing fans know who Mario Barrios is. And there's a lot of hardcore boxer fans who didn't even know who Isaac Cruz was, and we're gonna see what the pay per view numbers comes out to be then. But if he's doing one, let's say he does 150 to 200K again with Isaac Cruz, man, that's a lot of star power. Now, of course, when you really think about it, 200K is not a lot, but we're doing 200K with a guy who doesn't speak English. It was a short notice fight. He took this fight on 5 weeks notice because of Rolly Romero. He had his issues outside of the ring. So he's doing this with a relatively, if he does 150K with a relatively unknown guy that doesn't speak English, it's hard for this guy to sell the fight. And he just packed out Staples Center. Come on, bro. It's like, bro, I'm crushing you in value right there alone. I'm selling out a show with a guy that nobody knows, bro. There's hardcore boxing fans that don't even know who he is. And Devin Haney just did 2,600, allegedly just did 2,600 tickets sold with Jojo Diaz, who has the pedigree, he has the background. He's a guy that was selling the fight. He's a guy that was selling the fight. It's not like this is a guy that nobody knows. He never won a world title or anything like that. He's a two-time world champ. Well, technically, he's a one-time world champ. He did win the belt, but he was overweight. Well, he didn't win the belt technically. When he's at 126, he was supposed to win the belt, but he came in overweight, so he technically didn't win it. But he won the fight, so you could say two-time world champion. Oh, two-time world champion, just like Teofimo is undisputed right now. Well, he was undisputed. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to see this fight making sense from the standpoint of from business, right? And how much, and then you also have to project, right? How many pay-per-view buys do you think if Devin is doing, I mean, if Gervonta is doing 200, Devin Haney might add another 200. They might do 400K. And you're overpaying the guy. So if I'm doing 200K, I'm getting 1.5 guaranteed, at least on paper. Gervonta's getting 1.5 on paper, right? That's what he got against Barrios, if I'm not mistaken. If he got 1.5 on paper, behind the scenes, he's probably getting a little extra. Devin Haney's gonna cut into that, and a lot of these guys are probably not getting really good splits on the pay per view. Like I'm pretty sure Barrios, Isaac Cruz, they're not getting more than 35%, if that. It might not. Isaac Cruz might have got 25% for all I know. And a guaranteed purse of like 500K. So you're getting these guys are trying to Leonard Ellerbe, Floyd Mayweather Promotions. They're trying to get the bang for their buck. Get the toughest fight for the most amount of. I'll say this for they're trying to make sure they get I guess you could say the toughest fight, while also maximizing their profits, right? You got to try to find that middle ground there. A guy like Devin Haney probably doesn't fit into that plan, apparently. And I don't think Eddie Hearn really wants Devin Haney to leave, especially Eddie Hearn's going to want, because technically Devin Haney's not signed to Eddie Hearn. He's doing business with him because he has that level of respect, and they just like doing business together. But after his fight with Linares, he's been a free agent, and I'm pretty sure he didn't sign there was no reports of signing a exclusive deal like a 5-fight deal or anything like that, right? So I'm pretty sure this is a fight by fight basis. He has that luxury right now, and I'm pretty sure Devin Haney's not gonna. Eddie Hearn's gonna want some PC if he does. He's gonna want something of the pie if Devin Haney was to go to Showtime per se to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. And right now he's just not a big enough star. Now apparently they see some value with Ryan Garcia because that's a fight they were pushing for before. But Ryan Garcia pulled some okey doke and started talking about an exhibition with Manny Pacquiao out of nowhere. That fight never came to fruition either. So, we'll see, man. And you know that's kind of like the Floyd Mayweather with the green pen, right? Get the black fighter with the Mexican fighter who has a good fan base. And if you guys actually watched Gervonta Tank Davis versus Isaac Cruz, you'll see there was some love for Isaac Cruz in that Staples Center crowd, man. There was definitely some love for him. So I guess the Mexican fan base is they're gonna come through for their fighters. So I'm pretty sure it'll be probably 10 times more with Ryan Garcia. So we'll see what happens from here. But I don't plan on seeing Gervonta get the big names like a Lomachenko or Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez. You know, those are more, I guess you could say, political because they're on the other side of the street. But the business definitely has to make sense from Ellerbe's and Mayweather promotion side. And right now, it just doesn't make sense to them. So we'll see what happens in the future. I honestly, I want to see what happens next, man. Hopefully, they don't try to set us up with Rolly Romero. Again, nobody really wants to see that fight. Yeah, it was gonna sell a little bit because the shit talking from Rolly, but it wasn't as good of a fight as we really care for. Isaac Cruz definitely put on a way better performance than I know really wasn't gonna put on that type of performance. And let's see what happens from here. Hopefully, maybe George Kambosos because I seen what's the damn I gotta find his Twitter. The WBA president. What's his Gilberto? Is it Gilberto? Hold on. Now I want to find it. Because he said he pretty much might make Tank the mandatory for Kambosos, right? Let me see. WBA president. Twitter. Let me see if I can find his Twitter. Oh yeah, Gilberto WBA. Let's see. I'm gonna just show you guys this one thing and then we're out of here, right? So let's zoom in on that. After Sunday, December 5th, we will know if Gervonta will be George Kambosos' mandatory challenger. Either way, Monday, WBA boxing reduced one more title, right? And it's looking like, I don't know if it's good. It might be called soon. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised to see that they're stepping on the toes of potentially stepping on the toes of Haney, who's trying to go for that undisputed fight. So let's see what happens from there. But all that being said, man, I'm gonna head up out of here. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff, man. I would love to hear you guys' feedback on the video. Run these numbers up, bro. Run these goddamn numbers up. But with that being said, I'm out, man. Peace.